Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks. Hey, Redbeard. So today, like usual, this week was pretty busy. I kind of figured it would be, but come here. But today we're going to talk about my biggest pitfalls, or the biggest pitfalls, in my opinion, in whiskey. So I've done this. I think I've done this video before, but this might have changed over time. But yeah, we're going to just discuss it briefly. I hadn't been able to hadn't been able to do any reviews just because I've been super busy so far this week with work. But I figured I'll do this video, and then I'll get a bunch of reviews recorded up this weekend and have stuff to post next week. So, yeah, Barney, what is it, Barney? You looking so cute. Bonnie's been losing weight. She's been on a diet. I need to be on a diet too. Anyway, so I didn't number the video because I'm not really sure what I'm going to say. I've got at least 3 or 4 in mind. The number one pitfall in whiskey, obviously, and in alcohol in general, is alcoholism. And I've touched on this before in the past. It's so easy to fall down the hole and to just get drugged down into it by alcoholism. I come from a family of alcoholics. My grandfather died from liver failure, drinking himself, pretty much drank himself into the hospital, never came out. My grandmother, and these are both my mom's parents, he was half Native American. I want to say either Comanche or Apache, one of those. It was a West Texas tribe, so I believe it was a West Texas tribe, so it was probably Apache or something. Just mean old cuss. But he drank himself into the hospital and died from it. My grandmother, who was my mom's mom, who's full-blooded Irish, where I get my name, or my red hair and my name from, Kelly, she drank herself. She almost drank herself to death. And the doctor had told my mom if she hadn't have brought her in when she did, then she'd probably be dead the next day. She was that far gone. But the good thing about your liver can rebuild itself over time. So as long as you don't just completely shut your system down, you can get better. Might not be 100%, but you will get better. My grandmother was able to live and experience 13 more years of life after she went sober. So some people don't need to drink. Some people have a very addictive personality, and once they get into something, it's hard to let it go, and those demons get in you, and it's hard to get them out. So be careful with everything about what we do here, the whiskey, as long as you're still having fun with it. And I'm not saying getting drunk all the time. I personally don't care to get drunk ever again. I don't mind getting a little, just knocking the edge off a little bit, just kind of rounding the curve, just not flatten the curve, and make it curved again, just to smooth out the edges. I don't mind that, but I don't care to be inebriated ever again. It's painful the next morning. I don't recover like I used to, and I just don't want to do it. But if you find yourself getting drunk, like just stumbling drunk every night of the week, you might want to take a look at your priorities and pull back on the reins a little bit, just to be on the safe side. There's no point in killing yourself at a young age or even an old age, because that's what the alcohol, it's pretty much poison for the body. So you got to be careful with it, how much you poison yourself with it. So yeah, the first and foremost, the biggest pitfall in whiskey and alcohol in general, alcoholism. So just keep an eye on what you're doing. It's easy to slip into that path, but be careful. My number 2 would be, especially for the whiskey hunters and people who like to try new stuff, and it kind of goes, these two go together, time and money. Time and money, because you're going to spend time trying to find the whiskey, and I mean, everybody heard the old phrase, time is money. So you're going to spend money trying to find whiskey. At the same time, you're going to be burning up your time searching for stuff. Me personally, I was just looking at my analytics, And if you go to my home page and you hit the play all button, whenever the screen pops up, you're going to see the list. Once this video airs, go look at the top of that list and it will say playing one of, and at this video it should say 701. So right now, before I'm recording this video, it said 700 videos. 700. I've been doing this for 3 years now, guys. On average, I'd say I spend at least 8 minutes per video. On average. That's 8 minutes of just recorded content I give you guys. And some videos are longer, some videos are shorter. But I think anywhere between 8 and 10 minutes. So with that math, I did 8 minutes per video times 700 videos. It's roughly 93 to 94 hours of content that I have on YouTube alone. And that's just the content that's viewable. That's not all of the cut sections that I removed from videos. That's not the time I spent searching for the whiskeys. That's just 93 and a half hours of content. Now you could probably triple, quadruple, quintuple the amount of time per video on getting stuff, and then take into account the money spent per video. I don't even like to think of it. I don't even want to do that math. So it's easy to fall into this trap, and you're going to spend, if you want to try new stuff every day, if you want to try new stuff every week, you're going to spend a small fortune experiencing everything that whiskey in general, the big realm of whiskey, has to offer. And I know several people, I think at one time my collection, a lot of the bottles back here are almost empty, but at one time I think I had upwards of 150 or more bottles in the house. I've probably got less than that now. I've been just trying to whittle the collection down. I'm not really collecting anymore. I'm just trying to find whiskeys to share with you guys as reviews. I'm not a collector by any means, but time and money, you're going to spend a lot of time and a lot of money, so be prepared. If you're a single man or a single woman and you like to do this, that's fine. But if you're a family person, if you have a family you have to look out for, I would say look out for their best interest first, and then enjoy your time with the whiskey. So time and money, that's my second biggest pitfall. Those kind of go together. And this one, the third one, kind of, it could be a part of the time and money, but the phrase, or I think is it anagram? No, not anagram. Anyway, FOMO, fear of missing out. Fear of missing out on allocated bourbons, allocated whiskeys, special releases. The whiskey industry has become very clever, and especially kind of looking at you, Buffalo Trace. Especially Buffalo Trace has created a hype and hysteria around their whiskeys and their bourbons, and it baffles my mind that people are willing to pay $200, $300, $400 on a bottle of bourbon that's retail $40, $50. But whoever created the hype and the hysteria around those allocated bourbons, man, they're a marketing genius, because these people are making hand over fist for just mediocre whiskey. What are you doing? So FOMO, don't let the fear of missing out on a special release cause you to spend more money than what the bourbon or the whiskey is actually worth. It's not worth it at all, period. There's plenty of stuff out there. Just talking with a friend of mine, he was able to get a travel retail exclusive in a lottery for the Wild Turkey 13 year, and like, people would probably pay double, triple the price for that bottle if he wanted to sell it, but he's a consumer. He buys whiskey to drink it. So don't let the fear of missing out on an allocated bourbon cause you to spend more money than what it's worth, because I guarantee you, at the end of the day, more often than not, you're going to have buyer's remorse. And you see it all the time. People spend $150, $200 on a bottle of Blanton's. Blanton's is good juice, but it's not even really worth, in my opinion, the $69 retail that they charge. I mean, I'd pay $45, $50 for it all day long. I have paid $69, $75, whatever in the past, but as you can see, I got a bunch of baggies over here. My dead animals on the wall. I don't need to try it anymore. I got a sample back here. If you're around this far, for March, I'm gonna do. If you're around this far, you stuck around this long. We're almost 11 minutes in. This is a 375. All right, I've got a couple of these. I'm planning on doing a giveaway for viewers and for patrons. So I'm gonna do 2 giveaways. So I've got 2 of these that I'm gonna give away, and I'll probably just do the 1 bottle for the viewers, and I'm gonna do something extra special for my patrons. So if you stuck around this far, you got a heads up, and I'll just keep it real quiet. So anyway, yeah, FOMO. Don't let FOMO get. Don't let it. Don't let it. I can't think of the fucking word. Don't get consumed by your fear of missing out. So I think that's about all I got right now. We're almost 12 minutes in. So yeah, just alcoholism, time and money, and FOMO. And the last 3 could probably be wrapped up in the same one. So thanks for watching. We'll get back to the reviews next week. Appreciate everybody for sticking around. Thanks to all the donations. Thanks to Oscar. We're going to call him Oscar. I know his name now, but I will refer to him as Oscar. So thanks for Oscar for sending the samples. We'll get that done next week. We'll get the rye blind tasting done as soon as possible. Check the description below for all the links to help out with the bills around the house. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to all my patrons for donating. Thanks to everybody for sending me samples. It's pretty freaking awesome. Don't forget to check out the Bearded Idiots. We're always crude, rude, and unapologetic about our abrasiveness. So thanks again. Like always, drink some whiskey, share it with your friends and family. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.